This is Jazzy. Jazzy loves his vape. Hell, I love my vape. Hey guys, it's your boy Big Simone, and today we're going to be talking about vaping. Doing a quick search on YouTube, you'll find hundreds of videos regarding what's been going on recently. Now, for those of you who already know, vaping has took a big hit this year. So instead of doing a review about vaping, I decided to send my resident correspondent, Mr. Jazzy J, over to our local vape shop and to talk to them about how the current controversy is affecting their business here at Vapor Safari.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jazzy. Big guys try. I had to come and see my family. I love this place. Vape Safari. We were all talking about vaping because, you know, you motherfuckers out there, y'all, all this dying and shit. So we're going to get some professional opinions on it so y'all can't sit here and be like, yeah, vaping kills. Because if it do, I'm going to die happy, you dig? I got my boy here, Scooter, a.k.a. Jared. My homeboy over here, Deadpool. Don't ask because he don't look like him, but he'll get on your ass. So fellas, what is this vaping kills? Like, I need to understand because like my doctor told me this motherfucker here is better than doing anything else I was doing. For all you out there, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, so that's what we're gonna do.
The whole reason all of this started, according to articles and most of the stuff that's been reported so far,
Right?
are these kids are getting a hold of black market THC cartridges.
Black market?
Yes, black market,
Right
made
one.
at home. And these black market cartridges were containing like thickening agents, and they found that they had vitamin E acetate.
Now what is that?
From what I understand, it's like it comes from vitamin E oil, and then vitamin E acetate, once vaporized, becomes toxic when inhaled.
Cause I was gonna say vitamin E good. Look at this luscious body. Vitamin E
Not for your
good
lungs though.
Yeah, that's what
Uh-oh.
I'm saying. Good for skin, not for your lungs.
Okay.
Yeah. So they took this as an opportunity to run with the whole vaping kills people. But even when you look at it, like 6 people compared to 480,000 deaths a year from cigarettes.
That's a big number.
So yeah, that's where all of this started.
Okay.
Almost all the deaths are
Yeah, nobody
25
like
and younger.
yeah.
So
No one over
it's
the
young
age.
motherfuckers. Okay.
It's people trying to getting into they see a cart kind of for cheap, and they just kind of hop in. They're like, oh, it's only $20. Oh, it's only $30. So they take that, and next thing you know, they're in the hospital.
Okay, so we also talking about quality. That's basically what you're
Yeah.
saying.
If you're getting it from a dispensary, you're not gonna have this
You're
issue.
not paying anything less than $40 for a small cart. Versus
Okay.
people are going out there spending 30, 35 on a full gram. You don't know where that's from. Anyone can go online, go order from China, the exact cart and the exact like packaging from name brand stuff, fill it with your own, mystery juice and just sell it to anyone on the street.
Okay. So these all these stories basically every one of those stories is that situation.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're coming here getting this type of stuff
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're dying. It's not like that. It's
Yeah.
like you said, it's on the street.
And then the main thing too is a lot of these kids did admit to vaping THC and nicotine.
Okay. And that's a bad
So-
mix?
Well, no, it's just they're young kids admitting to vaping,
Okay.
and they're just taking this word vaping, which is a general term because you're vaporizing liquid,
Okay.
and they're blaming everything on nicotine e-liquid because now they're saying that flavors appeal to children. And you'll never see, you're not seeing any of these kids walking around with a bottle of Jam Monster and a mod. You're seeing them walk around with Juuls.
And you know what's funny? He says that because when I did get a little bit of the information, all I kept hearing was e-cigarettes and Juuls. I'm like, well, I vape with a mod. So is that the same thing? So I was curious on where they're going with this.
So with the first reported someone going to the hospital for vaping,
Right.
the kid, I think he was 19, and one of his lungs collapsed. They found stuff in his lung, black, like residue or something. And all he told the doctors, his parents, the hospitals, any news reporter, that he was using a Juul. He said he was using a Juul for 2 years, and this is what happened.
Okay.
Got sicker. They did a blood test, and they found THC,
Right.
vitamin E acetate, and a couple different pesticides in it. Big thing in high schools were just anyone vape because they thought it was something cool. It's like smoking a cigarette, but cigarettes kind of died out, vaping picked back up. So regardless, you still have a youth population using a tobacco product preferably a vape because there's so many less chemicals in it. There's 4 versus how many are in cigarettes.
Juul pods are labeled as 50 milligrams of nicotine.
And that's high, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you also see people saying like, oh, Juul pods 1 pack of cigarettes, which is not true.
Okay.
Just because if you actually look it up, an average cigarette is anywhere between 8 to 12 milligrams of nicotine per cigarette.
20.
Is it 20?
20.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, either way,
That's
even
a
if you
quick-
take the minimum level, there's 20 cigarettes in a pack, so that's 160 milligrams of nicotine per pack of cigarettes.
Wow.
And we got that information from a 5-minute Google search.
Okay.
Like, all this information is public knowledge. Anyone can go out and look up any of these things we're talking about and find the same articles, the same resources that we did.
And then talking about like modifying a Juul pod, these kids can go buy a Juul pod and they're cracking them open, refilling them with whatever,
Okay.
because you can get into a Juul pod. And honestly, if you're buying correct liquid to refill your Juul pod, that's not a problem because the price of a Juul is ridiculous to begin with.
Okay. So it goes back to, so we're looking at, okay, I want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay to be cool. You understand? Because that's what I'm hearing when you talk about it. So all in all, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, basically what you're saying, if you go to the right places, pay for what you get, you won't have these issues. Is
Yeah.
that safe to say?
These kids are getting like, no underage person is coming into my shop. Yeah, like if you're 18 or up, as of right now, you can come in here. I'll hook you up, bro. Like we'll figure out
This is the
something
spot.
for you.
We'll find you a device to use, teach you how to use it, tell
Yes.
you what to do with it, and get you the proper liquid so you can use it to the best.
And I'm glad you said that, because when I first got off cigarettes, I met you after I met some other guys who work here, and that's what I love about this shop. You guys, okay, you ask me questions. Okay, how many times you smoke a day? How many packs you smoke? You ask these questions before you even sold me anything. It wasn't a selling thing for you guys. It was more of knowledge. And every time I do come here, I get knowledge. Like I didn't know about mods. I didn't know about the difference between a mod and an e-leaf and an e-cigarette and blah, 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 blah. It was a lot of info, but they broke it down for me so I know what I was getting that would help me to get off cigars. And that's my point. This whole thing is about getting off something that is bad and a little bit better. Understand, folks, nothing's better than oxygen. I want you to understand, nothing is better. No doctor, a real doctor's not gonna tell you, yeah, vaping, you're okay for life. It's not better than breathing. Oxygen is the best thing you can have. If you're trying to get off of something that's really, really bad, cigarettes, cigars, whatever, this is a better alternative. And that's the whole point. I want you guys to understand that, because a lot of people out here saying, oh, you're gonna die from it. Too much of anything is bad for you. So everything should be in moderation, plain and simple.
Royal College of Physicians has stated that vaping is 95.5% safer than traditional tobacco. Like he said, it's better for you to do neither. If you've never smoked, don't vape. It's not for you. But I would rather reduce my risks by 95% than continue to just smoke a cigarette.
And a real quick story, and they're not lying. See, my doctor told me, because I asked him, I said, hey, what's up? He said, well, we only have 15 years of knowledge. We're going to have to get some more. I was like, okay, so I bounced. I need something before I kill these people. He was like, well, I want you off cigars. And he was like, I'll tell you what, smoke for 2 weeks on your cigars, go run. I tell you guys, I couldn't run. I'm big, but I can move. But I could not run a quarter of a mile. Now, I'm not making this up. He told me 2 weeks later, start vaping and run. I can run a half a mile while vaping. You dig? While vaping. So that means to me, for me, not everybody else, but for me, it was a difference. I wasn't breathing hard. I wasn't sweating crazy. I'm not saying that this was like a super juice or some shit. I'm just saying that I could feel the difference. So that obviously it is better in some way, shape, or form.
The major difference between, so you have America, which is right now trying to condemn it. And then the UK, where the Royal College of Physicians is, they embrace it to so much to the point to where if you walk into a hospital in the UK, there's a vape shop in their hospitals.
Wow. I need to move to the UK. Oh, flavors. Y'all gotta understand. That's another thing. They say you're addicted to the nicotine. Maybe not. But for me, it's the goddamn flavor. Man, I done had Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. Fuck a cigar. Fuck a cigarette. Have Fruit Loops. I done lost weight vaping. I don't eat no more sweets. I can have, what was the other one I had? I had pretzels and cinnamon pretzels and cinnamon buns and some shit. It was amazing.
Jazzy, I'm pretty sure you walk out of here with something different.
I surely do. I do.
Federally, vaping is considered a tobacco product.
Okay.
So Florida is a weird one because Florida doesn't recognize vaping as a tobacco product. They recognize it as a nicotine delivery product.
Okay.
So we actually had a guy come in here one time from the Florida Tobacco and Alcohol, whatever, asking for our tobacco license. Now, I took over management of Vapor Safari about a year ago. So, I mean, to this day, I'm still learning everything about running a vape shop. So I didn't know where this document was. It turns out we didn't have one because Florida, you don't necessarily have to have one. So I was threatened with jail time.
Wow.
Yeah, dude went off. And so I handed him the phone to the lady I was talking to that works for our company. On the phone, less than 10 seconds, hangs up and goes, "My bad, bro," and then dips.
Just that easy.
Yeah.
I would feel like that when I go to jail. I mean, I ain't never been.
But as far as like everything that's been happening lately, like it hasn't really affected the amount of people that we've had come in. It's been more of a lot of people like asking questions
And that's
like,
good.
"Hey, does my nicotine e-liquid contain vitamin E acetate?" No, it does not. They'll come in, and I like it because then we actually have the opportunity to sit down like we're sitting down right now,
Right.
and explain this to people. So you got your size, your PG-VG mix, which ranges anywhere from 50-50 to about an 80-20, which is usually labeled as max VG. They list which flavorings are in there a majority of the time. They'll tell you the milligram level. And then for Jam Monster here recently, I actually started putting a holographic QR code on there so you can actually make sure that your bottle is coming from an authentic source.
Nice. Now, I do have a question. Since you brought that up, the different things in our juices. I said our juices. Can you say them one more time? The 4 different ingredients.
So your main ingredients for a liquid are your vegetable glycerin, which is something that we use every day. We've ingested it before. Same thing with propylene glycol.
Now, right there, propylene glycol.
Mm-hmm.
I know that from what I was taught from you guys that it helps to break down or to liquefy better the vegetable.
Yeah, so the point of propylene glycol in an e-liquid is it carries the flavor really well.
Okay.
So you essentially, how it was always explained to me is your vegetable glycerin is what gives you your cloud, your PG is what gives you your flavor.
Okay.
Vegetable glycerin is what makes it vapeable. It allows it to be atomized into a cloud.
Like they use propylene glycol in medical inhalers.
Okay.
It carries the
Because I've heard
medicine.
people say that they're allergic to it.
A lot of people are allergic to propylene glycol.
Okay.
And you usually find that out very early on in your life because it's in a lot of the products that you use every day.
Okay. And so those are the 2, and then what else?
Then you have of course, your extracts, which using Jam Monster as an example again they play that very close to the chest
Yes, they do.
because
I love it.
like they're a really big company, so they don't want people going out and cloning their juices, which is a very common thing in vaping, like cloning devices, juices, or whatever.
So that's proprietary ingredients.
Yes, and that's why you always want to come to a reputable shop when you buy your stuff.
Makes
You want
the
to
part.
make sure you're buying authentic products. And then you have your nicotine, which nicotine by itself is no more addictive than caffeine and sugar, and actually is a cognitive enhancement. It's one of the best cognitive
It's a cock enhancement.
Cognitive. Helps your brain.
Oh, I thought you said cock. I was gonna say, yeah. Okay, my bad.
Well, a lot of the times if you see something that's like, you can't really do full PG, so there's always going to be a little VG in there, whether it be, that's what the nicotine was broken down into, because you need both of them.
Right.
And like Juice is labeled max VG to get people like, this throws clouds, bro. A lot of the times those juices are about 80-20. So it's 80% vegetable glycerin, 20% propylene glycol from my experience.
That 20% propylene glycol allows it to have a little bit of flavor. So if you compare something that's a 70% VG, 30% PG, have a whole lot more flavor than 80-20. So when people go out doing cloud comps, doing trick comp stuff, they're normally vaping just straight vegetable glycerin. It's a thing that provides clouds, has no flavor whatsoever. If you ever find someone selling it, saying there's a flavor in it, it's not 100% VG. There's PG in it, or vice versa.
Well, cloud comps, they'll use like about an 80-20,
20, 90,
but it'll be a 0 milligram.
no nicotine.
See,
Yeah.
okay, at this point, I'm nodding my head. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I just want to vape, man. You know, you dig? That's all I want to do. I want to vape on some good shit. And all I'm saying to y'all out there is, get the good shit. If you want to do this, save your little duckies, save your little bones, whatever you want to call them, and come to Vape Safari. No, but go to your reputable vape shops, ask questions, Get the knowledge. Knowledge is the most important part of this whole process. Get the knowledge, get what you like, and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But get off that other shit. That's the whole point. Don't die trying to do it. You try to not die. You feel me?
The biggest part about the news kind of villainizing vaping is just spreading misinformation. It's people seeing just a headline and then telling all their friends about it without actually going in, looking into the article, looking at the first couple paragraphs where they say what's happening, why did someone go in the hospital, why did someone get sick, and the whole thing going on with the vaping flavor ban.
We've actually had a couple of big wins from that lately. I know Virginia just had their hearing about a flavor ban a couple of days ago, and they decided not to.
But with California,
California,
with
Michigan, Massachusetts, New York,
all it's doing is stopping allowing people to get flavors. They have pure menthol or tobacco. And a big thing about people getting off cigarettes is the hardest thing is getting away from that tobacco taste. So someone comes in who smokes 2 packs a day, I might start them on a tobacco flavor just so they get that same feeling, that same taste, get the nicotine minus all the other chemicals, and as they come back more often, open their eyes a little bit, try and test the waters with a couple different flavors. Because you can get as far away from possible as cigarettes, you're less likely to go back to them.
Even with that, I've never once had somebody that had smoked for a very long portion of their life come in and ask me for a juice that tasted like their cigarette.
Yeah.
Usually if they want to go to tobacco, I can usually convince them because we have like hazelnut cream tobaccos, vanilla custard tobaccos.
You do not have a straight tobacco flavor.
It's something that you're used to, but it also helps get that.
Something like beer tasting.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
We actually do that with
We do.
liquids.
We have the tester mod, so if someone wants to try a new flavor or whatever.
Like I know blueberry jam goes great with a Budweiser.
Okay. Well, I'm putting my request in, and I told you I want a chicken and waffle flavor. Y'all, make sure y'all ding it for chicken and waffle flavored vape juice. And if we can go further than that, I got some other ideas like vape juice. You understand? Different types of. I'm just saying.
No. But the whole thing with like the chicken and waffle flavored, if you go to your local crappy little gas station, they might have, like Mountain Dew, they might have hot Cheetos and that kind of stuff. Some people say like, oh, vape juice, oh, it tastes like food or whatever. They try it, it's horrible, and it's also something that's not really regulated too well. It's not something that's been.
So I ain't gonna get my chicken and waffle.
That's what I'm saying.
Some things
God
just
damn you.
some things just don't work as vape
They
juices,
really
Jazzy.
don't, man.
You don't know until you try.
That's why. Name me one good cherry flavor you've ever had.
I haven't.
Exactly.
I haven't tried it.
Exactly.
I haven't tried it.
Because
It's
cherries
not
are really
out there.
hard to do.
This cherry is hard to do.
They can never do a straight cherry. You get like a cherry
So-
cola
so-
where it tastes like flat Coke with a hint of cherry.
So
It's just like,
out.
Yeah. Super salty.
You know you're gonna cut this shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I really appreciate you channeling in. Subscribe, like, you already know what it is. Come and check out my boys from Vape Safari. They're not gonna tell you nothing but the truth. And this is it for us, baby. One time again for Big Guys Try. I love you guys. I'll be here at the end of the week,
I know
getting
you
the
always
juice.
here, Jazzy.
And once again, from my boy Scooter, aka Jared, and my boy Deadpool. I'll holler at y'all later. You did.